Okay, good morning, dear student. Today we are going to see experiment number 7 of a power electronics application. So the experiment number 7 is to find the load and line regulation of SMPS or a switch mode power supply. So this is the practical, again, a very simple practical. So load and line regulation we have to find out here. So we'll see the aim and objectives of this practical to find load and line regulation of a switch mode power supply, to find the requirements, the trainer kit, multimeter, different loads, rheostat, connectors, etc. And your multimeter is required. So two multimeters we required here. Rheostat is used here for varying AC input voltage, right? Because we are having 230 volt, 50 hertz, a constant voltage. So to find out the line regulation, we require a variable AC voltage. So to obtain variable AC, we are using rheostat so that we can obtain maybe from 1 volt to 230 volt AC. Okay, and that is given to the kit to find out the line regulation. Now objectives to understand the concept of load and a line regulation, learn the difference between linear regulator and switching regulator, then working of SMPS circuit with its advantages and disadvantages. So before to start, we will see what is a load and line regulation. Normally, the output voltage of any regulator is depends upon the two factor. The one is the supply voltage, another is the load current. Okay, so output of any regulator that affects on these two parameters. So if suppose the line voltage is fixed but load current changes, then output voltage or voltage across the regulator may be changes. And even if input is varying, AC input is varying, then sometimes the output of regulator it may be changes. This is the one of the type of regulator circuit. So regulator it means to give a constant DC voltage against change in these two parameters. It is a change in line voltage or change in load current. Okay, so we have to find out the load regulation and line regulation. So the process to find the load regulation is to keep the input voltage constant and change the load current and observe the output voltage across the regulator, right? Ideally it should be constant, but practically it changes slightly. So we have to find out whatever change in output voltage as you change the load current, that is nothing but your load regulation. And second one, line regulation, in which the load current kept constant and just change in line voltage and observe the output voltage of regulator. Ideally, again, the output voltage of regulator should be constant, but practically there will be a small change, so that we have to observe on maybe multimeter. Okay, so this is the load and line regulation. Now linear regulator, in which the control device, we can say transistor, is used in active region. So the power dissipation is more. Even we required maybe a temperature or maybe a heat sink or some cooling techniques to keep this power device maybe cool. Otherwise this power device may be burned because of high temperature, because this transistor is always on. See, this is a transistor. This is called series pass transistor. So this transistor is continuously on. Okay, here we are maybe the variable resistor is shown because this transistor acts as a variable resistor. So how we will see what happens in this circuit. The output voltage, we can say it's a 5 volt. Okay, so the reference voltage is set 5 volt. The sampling voltage is given to the controller, and this controller control the base current of this transistor, right? If suppose the voltage increases due to change in line voltage, so automatically what happens, if IC increases, then I also increases. If I increases, the sampling voltage increases, which decreases the IB. If IB decreases, I also decreases, right? So what happens exactly? So as your change current increases or decreases, the resistance, we can basically say the IB decreases, so that the current also decreases. So that transistor acts as a variable resistor, and if current decreases, the voltage may be constant. So as your voltage increases or decreases, the sampling voltage changes. As the sampling voltage change the value, the difference will be something positive or negative. According to that, this controller nothing but actually a comparator, or you can say op-amp we can use. So base current of this transistor decreases or increases accordingly. If voltage decreases, the base current increases. If voltage increases at the output, then base current decreases. As you decrease the base current, IE decreases. If IE decreases, IL decreases. If IL decreases, voltage remains constant. Okay, I'll again explain you these two conditions in a proper. See, if output voltage is constant, first case, then the voltage is constant provided to the base of transistor, so that the IE constant, IL constant, output voltage constant. This is the first case. Now in the second case, if suppose we consider that the output voltage of regulator increases due to change in line voltage or due to change in load current. Okay, so this increased voltage will appear at this input of controller, right? This is sampling voltage given to the controller. So whatever increase in voltage, we can assume that the regular voltage, constant voltage is 5 volt, but this will be increased to the 6. So increased voltage will appear at the input of controller, so that the base current of IB decreases. If base current decreases, then IE also decreases. If IE decreases, IL decreases, and whatever increased voltage is again maintained to the 5 volt. This is the first case, right? Now in second case, again we consider the constant voltage is 5 volt, but due to change in line voltage, if suppose the voltage decreases at input side, so that the collector current IC decreases, so IE also decreases, so IL also decreases. If IL decreases, the load voltage decreases to 4 volt, for example, right? So this decreased voltage will appear at the controller input. Automatically, controller will increase the base current of a transistor, so that IE increases, then IL increases. Automatically, the voltage also increases up to the 5 volt. So this will be maintained as a 5 volt. This is the linear circuit in which this transistor is continuously on, right? And that is the disadvantage of linear regulator. Even transistor is kept in an active region. So in active region, definitely power dissipation is more, then temperature definitely increases. So we required additional temperature or cooling circuit in this linear regulator. This is a simple SMPS, simple block diagram of SMPS, in which this particular high frequency transformer is used. This particular switch is continuously on and off, right? Whenever the switch is on, that time the pulse will be given to the secondary. Whenever switch is off, no pulse to the secondary, right? So in this particular output or regulator, the output is something like pulses. Okay, so your device is not in active region. It will be either in saturation or in cutoff region, right? The switch is either in saturation or cutoff region. So power dissipation is very less. Even we don't require any type of transformer. We can directly use three single phase supply to the rectifier. The output of rectifier we are giving to the pulse transformer. So whenever the controller produces triggering pulses to the transistor, transistor turns on. If transistor turns on, only that time the output will be produced. Okay, so transistor not used in an active region, it will be used in either saturation or cutoff region, so that very less power dissipation. Then secondly, no temperature protection circuits are required, because the transistor will never heat, because it is not continuously on, and even no transformer is required. So these are the advantages of SMPS. This is a block diagram of SMPS. Now this will be the actual circuit inside the trainer kit, in which this top switch is used, which is basically called as a main switch of a SMPS, right? And even the triggering circuit to this switch is given through optocoupler. So whatever the voltage that is appear across this particular register called as a sampling voltage, which is given to the LED, that is photo LED, right, or photodiode you can say, so that the triggering pulses, maybe light will fall on the base of this phototransistor. Only that time the triggering pulse is applied to the top switch, so that it turns on, and when it turns on, the output voltage will be produced. So this is a kit circuit on a trainer kit. Then already we have discussed about the difference between power electronics versus linear electronics, right? So in which small power loss, here it's a power loss is just more. An example that is SMPS, and even the example is linear regulated power supply. Okay, as the first statement, in power electronics, the semiconductor devices are operated in either saturation or cutoff region, but in linear electronics, the semiconductor devices are operated in a linear region or active region. That is disadvantage actually. Then procedure is very simple. Connect the VARAC to the input terminal, ensuring at 0 first position, and then switch on. Now apply 250 volt AC from VARAC. Connect the load resistance of 1 kilo ohm. Measure the output voltage at a given terminal. It will be 12 volt. Right now, decrease the input voltage from 220, 250, 240, then 230, 220, 210, 200, and so on, and observe the output voltage. Right up to the 150 volt, then find out the line regulation. In this practical, load regulation is not maybe possible to find out because we don't have the load, that is inductive load. So that variable inductive load, if not have available, then we cannot perform the load regulation, but we can perform line regulation. So line regulation is del V0, that is change in 2 voltage. When input is 250, it will be a 12 volt. 240, what will be the voltage? So change in these two voltages and then change in V, that is 250 minus 240, that is 10 volt. And here the voltage at 250 minus voltage at 240 into 100. So for example, if suppose the input voltage is 250, output is 12.1, and if here it's a 12, so the del V0 equal to 0.1 divided by del V is equal to 10 volt. So that will be the line regulation, right? So we have to calculate only line regulation because we don't have a variable load. So inductive load, we cannot change the load load value, so that we don't able to find out the load regulation in this practical. So calculations that we have to find out these line regulations for every two values, and then calculation. So conclusion, sorry. So in this particular practical, you can write down the conclusion that this is one of the regulator circuit. So in which, as you change the input voltage, the output voltage must be constant ideally. Even practically, what will you find after calculating the low line regulation? You can write it here. Okay. Then this is SMPS. So in this circuit, we don't require any transformer. So bulky transformer is not required. So size of circuit is very small. Then second thing, the power dissipation in this circuit is very less because the current maybe a switching device which is used in either cutoff or saturation. So no continuously on the switch. So automatically the power dissipation is very less. Even no protection circuits, that is for temperature or maybe thermal protection not required in this particular SMPS. So these are some conclusions you can write by your own after see the demo of this particular practical. So this is about the theoretical part. Now we will see the actual working of this circuit. Okay. So thank you. Thank you all.
Good afternoon, dear student. Today we will see the experiment number 7, that is SMPS, switch mode power supply. So switch mode power supply that is normally used in mobile charger, because the size of a switch mode power supply SMPS is very less. Even big size transformers are not required for SMPS, that is required in your series regulator. And even in series regulator, the power dissipation is more because your switch, that is called series pass transistor or maybe shunt transistor, is continuously on. So that device normally used in a linear region, also called as active region. So that type of power supplies are called as a linear regulated power supplies. this power supply in which the switch is continuously on and off. It means it is not continuously on. It will be on for short time and again off, again on and off, so that the power dissipation is very less, and even the power transistor or maybe a power device used in this particular power supply is also not required any kind of protection circuits or maybe a cooling circuit. So that is the advantages. But the output of this SMPS is not a continuous DC, but the switching speed is very high, so definitely it looks like a continuous DC. So this particular trainer kit, it consists of we are having a dimmer, that is to vary the AC voltage. So we can vary here AC voltage, because the practical is to find out the load regulation of this SMPS, right? So what is the load regulation? When you change your supply voltage, what will be the effect of that change in supply voltage on your output voltage? That we have to observe. Once your supply voltage is greater than the output voltage, then the output of this particular SMPS should be remains constant, right? As you increase the line voltage, still the output voltage remains constant, and that is the property, or maybe you can say main aim of any regulator circuit. We are using here two multimeter. One is to observe the input AC and one is used to observe the output DC voltage, right? This SMPS is a regulator circuit. So the input to this particular SMPS is a DC, but actually we are applying here AC. So we use the rectifier circuit, high voltage rectifier. See here, it's a high voltage rectifier. Before that, we are using AC filter, so that any kind of AC high frequency components, if arises at the input, that should be bypassed with the help of these capacitors. And then we are using here high voltage rectifier. Then output of this rectifier is given to the SMPS. So this part basically called as a top switch, or this switch is nothing but the main switch of your SMPS, which is basically turn on and off according to the given feedback, right? So feedback circuitry is given here. Here it's a optocoupler. Again, optocoupler is used because to isolate the power circuit with the logic circuit, right? So this particular output is given to the circuitry. Here it's again a transformer. Then this particular filter circuits and this RF, R5 and R6 called as a reference. So that is a resistors, that is feedback resistor basically. And whatever voltage at the output, that voltage or the part of that voltage is given feedback to the circuit. So according to the output voltage, the circuit will generate the voltage which will given to the LED, and this LED will produces the triggering pulses, or you can say gate pulses, to the main switch called as a top switch. And according to this particular, it will control the voltage. It will maintain the voltage. Actually, whenever the voltage will increase, as your line voltage increase, that voltage should be minimized. It means that the switching speed is minimized so that the output voltage decreases. If the output voltage decreases, if line voltage decreases, then the switching speed increases so that the output voltage should be maintained as equal to the required voltage, or maybe called as a 12 volt, right? So in this particular circuit, we will see whatever the AC voltage. See, the AC voltage initially it's a 5 volt. Now that time your output is 1 point something. Now 10, the output voltage increases, then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 26. Now see, the 26 volt at which the output voltage is 12 volt. After this, if you are increasing the voltage, your output voltage remains constant, right? So change in input voltage is large, but change in output voltage is 0. So line regulation, load regulation is also equal to 0. Sorry, line regulation is also equal to 0, right? See, the input voltage is 237, but still the output voltage is equal to 12.02 volt. Okay. So the conclusion for this practical is, as your line voltage increases, output voltage of this SMPS remains constant. Thank you.